Again, if you guys like the content they're provided, to be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming content. We've just wrapped up day one of qualifying here from the Thunder Valley Nationals. We have a lot to look forward to this weekend, courtesy of our friends over at Peak Performance. Be sure to check the link down below in the description so you can support them because of the fact that they come and support us and help us be able to come out and cover these events. So be sure to subscribe, sign up for the Peak Squad, and without further ado, let's get into the video. The 9th round of the 2025 season takes the series from the eastern coast of New Hampshire to the scenic Smoky Mountains of Tennessee as we arrive to Bristol Dragway for the 24th Thunder Valley Nationals. Brittany Force comes off an incredible weekend at the New England Nationals where she captured her first win of the season with back-to-back 340-mile-an-hour passes and what she believes is a statement win for her championship campaign.
Yeah, I think it is definitely a strong statement, again, to our competition and what this team is capable of. Again, we come into each racetrack every weekend with goals set. What are we looking at? What is our goal we want to set this weekend? And we have a goal before that countdown resets. Where we want to be if we want to have a good shot at chasing down a championship.
Chad Green arrives at Thunder Valley, sitting 7th in the funny car standings after winning the Gator Nationals at the beginning of the season. Although he lost to his new teammate in round 1 at Epping, he still thinks the added data and personnel for the team is a massive improvement for the organization.
It's definitely been beneficial. I think we're going to even, gain a lot more benefit in the future as we grow and we're here. It's our first season. We've, I think, 7 races in or something like that, 7, 8 races in. And it's definitely going to be a benefit to having 2 cars and having the data off of 2 cars. And like you said, the brain power. I mean, we have, more brain power, more people, and, bringing Matt Bynum on, he really compliments my guys. He's really sharp on some stuff, and my guys are sharp on some stuff, and they really complement each other. And as you can see, the second car is quickly coming around, and yeah, it's definitely a benefit.
Dallas Glenn left Epping disappointed after failing to make the final round for the first time all season when he red-lit against Matt Hartford in round 2. After qualifying number 1 on Friday night, he again highlights the benefits of being able to spot his teammates Greg Anderson's runs.
Well, as much as I'd like to take credit for it, it's more the crew chiefs or anything. They know what transmission ratios and where the balance and the clutch and all that stuff is. So they know where it is in Greg's car, and they know what he has, and they know what I have. So if he goes up there and he makes a decent run, or maybe he's a little hot on wheel speed, or he's a little lazy, they can come back to my car, make a few little tweaks. You can do stuff with the clutch, you can do stuff with the weight balance of moving weight, you can do stuff with launch RPM, things like that. You can make some small adjustments to kind of, maybe if Greg was a little hot, they could come and just back mine down just a touch and make it so it sticks a little better, just things like that, or maybe move a little bit of weight. So having team cars ahead of you where the crew chiefs are working on the same car definitely is a benefit, and it's fortunate that whatever they saw with Greg, they came back and they liked what either we had going on or they might have made a few adjustments. So I just kind of do what they tell me and strap in and do the best that I can. So that's definitely a crew chief there.
Braden Davis turned some heads on Friday night in his second ever Pro Stock motorcycle event while riding the Vance & Hines rental bike, which Gage won with at Chicago. After ending the night qualified number 1, he now knows he has a shot at shocking the world come Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and in Q1 when I was 54 on the tree, I was just getting acclimated to the motorcycle, getting comfortable. I rode a lot of different bikes, so everything has its own little technique you have to do. And that second pass, I was a lot more confident in the motorcycle. I knew what I needed to do different from Q1. And when I changed some stuff, it really improved on the start line and the 60 foot. It made everything smoother. But the B racing with the big names up here is pretty awesome. And Gage has done a lot, as you all know. And Richard's picked up a lot, and Matt's always a threat on Sunday. And not only just them, but Angie and Gianna and John, all of them, threats. But I really feel like if we can stay consistent, I can be 15 to 20 on the tree. It's going to be a close race on Sunday.
Protect your vehicle with Peak Original Equipment Technology. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle.
And looking at the results for Friday night's qualifying from the Thunder Valley Nationals presented by Peak Performance in Pro Stock Motorcycle, Braden Davis shocks the class with a #1 qualifying position to end the night with a 687 with a 0 in his second ever attempt in Pro Stock Motorcycle. He is riding the rental bike that NHRA rode at Chicago and won with and took the victory lane. It is the same bike. He said it's the same engine. They didn't even take it out of the bike to tune it. The only thing they did is change the gear ratios for the mountains. He sits #1. The teammate Richard Gadsden sits #2 with a 687 with a 9. Angie Smith in 3rd. Gage Herrera, a surprising result, in 4th to end out night #1. Matt Smith back in 5th. Chase Van Sant in 6th. Gianna Evaristo in 7th. Steve Johnson in 8th. John Hall, the first driver in the bottom half, with a 9th place result. Ryan Ayler finishes in 10th with a 699 with a 3. Mark Ingerson finishes in 11th, Chris Bostick rounds out 12th, and Charles Poski rounds out the 13 bike field with a 942 with a 3. Dallas Glenn leads the way in Pro Stock after night #1 with a 664 with a 5. Only 100th back is his teammate Greg Anderson, who has a shot at his 110th national event win and his 1000th round win. He ends up in 2nd. Aaron Stanfield back in 3rd at the top of the elite class with a 666. Eric Enders finishes in 4th. Matt Latino, a surprising result in the 5th spot. Matt Hartford back in 6th. 7th is going to be Corey Reed with Cody Coughlin, another impressive start to the weekend. He rounds on the top half. 9th is going to be Christian Quadra. 10th is David Quadra. 11th is Greg Stanfield. 12th will be Kenny Delco. 13th, Mason McGahey. 14th, the third of the Quadra brothers. And 14th with Fernando Quadra Jr. with a 671. Jet Coughlin in 15th. And his nephew, Troy Coughlin, is the car on the bump spot with 671 with a 4. As of the cars not in the show, 17th is Derek Kramer. 18th, Chris McGahey. And running out the field in 19th is Brandon Miller with a 678. In Funny Car, they partially got through the session, but the rain hit right as the John Force pairings of Jack Beckman and Austin Prock were on the starting line, canceling the rest of qualifying and leaving your #1 qualifier to be Alexis DeJoria with a 394 with an 8. Ron Capps, who had an interesting moment in his Q1 run with a J.R. Todd. Rain had hit the racetrack in the top end. For whatever reason, they still sent the cars on the racetrack. Ron caught early. He pulled the parachutes before anything bad could happen. J.R. Todd tried to maneuver down the racetrack, spins the tires, almost gets completely sideways, saves the car. He ends up on the top end, covered in rain. He ends down in the 7th spot. Jack Beckman in the 3rd with a 397 off his Q1 run. Austin Prock back and forth with a 399 with a 5. Cruz Pedregon, a good start to the weekend in 5th. Julie Natas, in her first ever attempt driving a fuel funny car, ends in 6th with a 4037. J.R. Todd, like mentioned earlier, finishes down in 7th. He had a rough going in Q2. Car caught on fire, pulled the extinguishers. He got out of the car all right. Bob Task in 3rd, down in 8th. Matt Hagan down in 9th. Daniel Wilkerson rounds up the top 10 with a 4060. Dave Richards, a full pole in Q2, a good start for him, a 4078. Chad Green down in 12th. Paulie in 13th with a 4126. He lost the engine in Q2. Buddy Hole down in 14th. Spencer Hyde 15th, and Hunter Green rounds out the 16-car field. And looking at Top Fuel, who had Q2 canceled due to an incoming rain in the night, Sean Langdon ends the day #1 with a 3,800 to lead the field. Josh Howard, impressive run in 2nd with a 386. Justin Ashley rounds out in 3rd. Clay Milliken returning with the Arby's colors this weekend in Bristol. The last time he ran those colors, he won the U.S. Nationals. He ends up in 4th with 388 with a 9. Brittany Force, the only driver to run 340 miles an hour multiple times in NHRA history. She rounds out in 5th, coming off her Epping win. Doug Coletta driving the Aflac colors this weekend. He's in 6th. Dan Mercier down in 7th. Sean Reed rounds out the top half with a 564 with a 5. Tony Stewart in 9th. He smoked the tires in his Q1 run. Cody Crone ends in 10th. Steve Torrance down in 11th. Cameron Ferre in 12th. Ida Zetterstrom in 13th with a 16.323, and Antron Brown, currently not qualified after having his Q1 run disqualified for some reason when he went through his scales, I'm assuming. And as always, you know, Bristol's weird. This is always a weird racetrack. It's why I love coming here. The NHRA season is always full of surprises anywhere you look, but of course, as racing goes, when you do want to get race cars on the track, it rains. They tried moving the session up earlier to try and get the fuel cars in before this rain hit, but a pop-up shower came in around Q1, set us back about an hour and put us back on the original schedule. As you can see, did not go according to plan. Top Fuel was canceled for the final session. Funny Car got all but 2 cars down, so be ready for the GFR cars. It's a bit of a question tomorrow about the rain, because from everything I'm hearing, the forecast does not look promising, so hopefully they can get it in, but I'm not very optimistic. I gotta go buy Xbox controllers from the Walmart because I got games on a laptop, and that'll keep me entertained for a bit. I wasn't able to roam the pits too much. We got here a little bit late. Media sessions in the tower, so I'm gonna try and spend some time tomorrow roaming the pits. I did get stopped by somebody in the tower today, so if he is watching this video, shout out to him. Hopefully he got home safe. Man, what a start to the weekend. Braden Davis, I mean, coming in on a Vance & Hines bike, the same bike the NHRA won with back at Chicago. Same bike, same engine, was not taken out to be repaired or maintenance or anything like that. It's the same exact engine as it left Chicago, just with a new gearing in it because of the fact you're on the mountains with a higher altitude, you have the bumps. A really good start for him. Hopefully this is a bit of an eye-opening because we know that Braden Davis is one of those guys that is kind of the future of this class with how young he is and how new he is. And one thing I noticed from his media session, he sounds like NHRA. He reminds me a lot of NHRA with the way he talks and the way he thinks about things and the way he looks at riding a pro stock motorcycle. He reminds me a lot of him, and with the pace that he has, he rides a lot like him too. So hopefully this is the start of maybe a third Vance & Hines bike, wink wink. It'd be exciting. It would definitely be exciting. Pro stock, the elite cars starting to turn that corner some more. Aaron Stanfield and Erica Enders back where they were at the end of 2024. This was a rough start to the season for them. Maybe now in the summer months, they're finally going to start to turn the corner and get some good runs under them to go take the fights to those KB Titan cars. But as it stands right now, Dallas Glenn and Greg Anderson still holding strong under the field. Matt Hartford is someone who also deserves a bit of a shout out. Good rebound after an awful 2024 campaign. He is yet to go and get that win, but he's winning the Mission Foods Challenge on Saturday. He's qualifying well. It's just not resulting in win lights on Sunday, but it's starting to get to the point back to where he was back in 2023. It's baby steps to get there. Same with the elite cars. I mean, you look still throughout the field, not where they want to be. Back in the third and fourth spot, but you also have two elite cars fighting to stay in the field with the Coughlins of Jeg and Troy being 15th and 16th. So it'll be interesting. Funny car, there's still a lot to be looked at. The conditions this weekend are really challenging for Nitro cars. You look at it, it's warm, it's very humid. You can feel the moisture in the air walking through the lanes. There was a bit of a cool breeze coming in, but it's really throwing these tuners for a challenge because if you look at the results, it's not as fast as what you would have expected out of the Thunder Valley Dragway. But I mean, there's still a lot of racing left. But man, I was really surprised the fact that, you know, we've yet to reach the 370s in top fuel. In funny car, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's like in the high 80s. Really, really weird start to the weekend. But again, really, really warm conditions. This is the start of that hot summer months for top fuel. Again, we only had the one run, so that was really a beginning point for a lot of teams. There was rain midway through that session, so there, from what I noticed, a much better track when the top fuel cars came back out for the last end of Q number 1. So there's gonna be a bit of a question on where that takes us and how that's gonna go. So we definitely have a lot to look forward to. That's gonna pretty much wrap the video up here tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to our friends at Peak Performance for once again sending us out here to Bristol Dragway for the Thunder Valley Nationals. We're going to have a very fun weekend here from Bristol, Tennessee as we get ready for this weekend's race at the Thunder Valley Nationals. So if you want to keep up to date, be sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Be sure to like, be sure to comment what you think of this weekend's action so far. And as always, follow me on all social media pages down below. Twitter, MightyMac03 on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And be sure, down below, support Peak. Go join the Peak Squad emailing list. They do a lot of cool giveaways, do a lot of cool promotional stuff, a lot of behind-the-scenes action. We've sent some stuff to them. They haven't posted on the channel, so if you want more interviews and more behind-the-scenes action, be sure to join the emailing list for them. And when you ever go to a grocery store, if you need antifreeze, go pick up some Peak, go pick up some Blue Duff, because those guys support us, so go support them right back because they help us a lot and getting to be able to cover these races. And as always, until next time, this is Mighty Mac. We will see you tomorrow night.